for tonight's agenda?
Make a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
Been moved by Mr. McKenna, second by Ms. Hayes. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Review and approval of meeting minutes for January 7th, 2025.
I make a motion to approve.
Moved by Ms. Hayes,
Second.
second by Mr. McKenna. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Approval of claims. We have here public property of $45,819.44. And public safety, $562,625.64.
I make a motion to approve.
Been moved by Ms. Hayes,
Second.
second by Mr. McKenna. I've just been informed that now instead of me just signing these, each and every one of you have to sign it.
I wonder why these are free.
Okay?
It's a request from our audit field work.
Really?
They said since it's the committee passing them, that it should have everyone's.
Oh my gosh.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
So is it a best
It's
practice?
the best part. It's not a mandate, it's just that they would like to see that.
Oh, just the main sheet.
Just the main sheet,
Just the main
not all of
sheet.
I thought you
them.
were
Yeah.
gonna take me back to the
No,
old
no,
days.
not
where I
every-
had to sign
Just
it.
the
Like,
main
wait
sheet.
a minute, that's the way you
No,
do
no,
it.
Nah, I'm not going
Just
back.
basic.
They,
I know the whole process.
you know,
So just
we,
this
we've
Yeah,
been
just the
having,
top sheet, just the top sheet.
Okay.
Just the
of each
top sheet.
one.
no,
No,
yeah,
no,
both
no,
stacks.
no.
Top sheet. Just the top one, right?
Of both stacks, yes.
Yeah,
both
both stacks.
Okay.
Any other questions? All in favor? I mean, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it. Public comment. So we got a large crowd over there. You got anything to say? Okay, let's move on. Report to committee. Sheriff Department.
Thank you. Real quick, I would like to recognize our Sheriff's Office Award winners at the county board meeting. If we could get that on the agenda, please. Hiring process, we have 5 deputies at 3 different locations for PTI. And we also have several applicants in the, that have started the testing process. What that means for us is we will finally be establishing a list, which I'm sure hasn't happened in like 10 to 15 years. We are full staffed in all divisions at this time on paper. And what I mean by paper is we don't have them trained on the street yet, but we have 1 telecommunicator in training. We have 3 in corrections and 5 in law enforcement, but all of the slots are filled. I cannot hire anyone else. Merit Commission, nothing's going on. Crime Suppression Unit, I believe the stats have been put out. Old business for me, elevator project, the public elevator in the front of the courthouse is halfway completed. The plan is for the front elevator to run for 2 weeks to ensure no issues. After those 2 weeks and there's no issues, they will start work on the rear elevator. HVAC, Helm Group is in the final stage of the courthouse where they just have to insulate the water pipes they put in for the heating units. And they have started the jail unit transfer out there, which should not take long. And then new business, I just came back from Springfield. Sorry I look the way I do today, but I just got off the road to make it here. But the governor has passed or has just signed what's called Karina's Law. I usually don't include these things in my report, but I need to give this committee a heads up about what this will do. In a nutshell, I don't want to get into it too much until we have the final signed law out. But Katrina's Law is an order of protection that a judge will also sign a search warrant at the same time if the offender has weapons in the house. The reason that's going to be a big deal is we have 96 hours to go and collect those weapons. Obviously, if it's someone that's going to be compliant, that will not be an issue. Where they're not going to be compliant, we're going to have a scheduled time to basically do a search warrant on a house, and we don't do search warrants with one person. So it could affect our overtime. We have 60 days to implement something. This doesn't only affect my office, but the circuit clerk's office, the state's attorney's office, and the judges, because they have to figure out how they're going to do this, how they're going to get us the information, and how we're going to execute it. The other part with that is any weapons that we do seize, we have to actually take physical control of. Right now, we can give those weapons to a family member that has an FOID card and is able to have those weapons. Now it's going to be law that we have to take them until the judge gives us an order to either A, dispose of them, or B, give them off to a family member. So that's kind of where we are. I just want to give you all a heads up on this so you kind of see how we're going to have to handle this. Is there any questions on my report?
No, but do you have, already like a task force, like a SWAT or something?
Yes.
Special unit?
Yes.
that can do that anyway?
Yes, we do.
Any other questions? Yes.
I have two, actually. Do you have space? I mean, I don't know how many weapons you're gonna end up getting.
That is the question. Right now, I would say if it wasn't a house that had like a collection, say the guy's a gun collector and he has hundreds of weapons, we would not have the space for that. And then we also get into the risk of, if these are collector's guns, how are we gonna handle those and not scratch them, ding them up, drop them, all that kind of stuff. The average person that has a few handguns and a couple rifles, yes, we'd be able to handle that right this second, but 5, 6, 10 of these are limited. Evidence location would fill up fast.
And then my other question is, I've noticed that the cleaning expense at the courthouse has been going up.
Yes, they did a percentage raise January 1. I did notice that too.
Okay, I would like, if you're willing to do so, that we do an RFP.
Go out for another RFP? Okay.
That's okay with everyone.
Okay, I will get on that right away.
Great, thank you.
Any other questions? Thank you. Emergency Management Agency.
Good evening, everybody. I'll keep it kind of brief. We've been busy attending a lot of meetings and so forth. We attended obviously the IEMA OHS County Emergency Management Partner Call on February 6th. We're still talking about the admin rule and also talking about brick funding. Brick funding is federal funding from FEMA. It's all brick and mortar type building stuff. And we have one potential up in Winslow. They're looking at possibly replacing their fire station and putting it out of the flood zone. So I'm having a meeting actually on Friday to kind of pursue that. It's probably not going to happen this year, or like 2026, I'm sorry, fiscal year type thing for them. But they are interested in looking for federal dollars to help them. It's going to be a smaller firehouse. It's not going to be a Todd and Paul's building type thing for them. I had Robin, he attended the Northwest Illinois Preparedness and Rescue Coalition, NIPARC. That's the organization based in the region here that partners up with departments of public health and hospitals and emergency management. They put out a new regional response revised plan. So we have that in custody in our office. It's all up to date and it's nice and wrapped up for us. We toured Carroll County, the new Emergency Operations Center back in January 13th. We're looking at doing something here in Stephenson County and I want to go down and take a look. It took them a long time to do it, but they did a nice job down there. I know the sheriff's been down there a couple times. But I've got some good ideas from them and we modeled that off of Carroll County, Lee County, and Whiteside County. They're all pretty similar. We're going to be kind of in the same boat, I believe, shortly. We're going to do it in what, 3 weeks?
3 weeks, I hope.
Attended a cybersecurity infrastructure security seminar. They're talking about the Chinese cyber threats and emergency service sectors. It was basically steered towards our vulnerability as far as infrastructure, water, electrical grid, and so forth and so on. You guys, it was kind of for information or for official use only, but then 2 days later, I saw it on national television. It can't be all that serious, but nonetheless, it was interesting. Something to keep an eye out for. Pass that information along to our IT Nate Louie. Chris Dodd is our new operations division chief for IEMA OHS. I've known Chris for a few years. He previously worked in recovery and damage assessment. He'd be a good guy to have in our operations. Something we can rely on if we need to. Hopefully we don't, but if we do, it's good to have him around. We will be hosting our Skywarn Spotter Training Program March 18th, Island again this year at 6:30. We'll put out some flyers and get everybody notified about that. That's something that we do annually. We usually have about 150 people attend, so it's pretty well attended. But nonetheless, that's coming up. There was a Knowlton fire down on the 29th of January. I was called in to investigate that. I ended up calling in the EPA, Illinois EPA. There was some and stuff that maybe got a storm sewer. EPA investigated, IEMA came through and nothing was found, so the report has been secured and shut down. I don't think there was anything detrimental, and neither did the EPA. Our office has upgraded our cell phones. It's not a huge deal for you guys, but in the process, we're also upgrading our MiFis, and those are kind of a big deal. They're not that much better than what we currently have, other than they're 3 years newer. And I figured for 99 cents, we'll go ahead and upgrade. So we're gonna have those coming in hopefully in the next 2 weeks. I have 2 with the county highway department, 2 with administration, your office and the treasurer's office, 2 in SR 30, that's our response vehicle, and then 2 in my office that are just kind of there for if the chairman or somebody needs one, they can come get it quick. Those are pretty handy and they're nice setups, so it's nice to get them upgraded. And also 911 coordinator, June Dillman is retiring this Friday. It's kind of a surprise retirement party for her at the PD at noon down in the basement. So if you want to stop by and have a piece of cake or wish her well. June has been between the city and the county 30 plus years. She's been 911 coordinator since 2016. So, and that is all I have. Is there any questions for me?
Any questions?
How bad is it gonna snow tomorrow?
Yeah.
You want my patented answer or?
Whatever you got.
I was sitting in a webinar about 2 o'clock this afternoon, and it looks like we're probably going to get between 4 to 6 inches. It should start mid-morning, 10, probably snow till 6, 7 at night. I think it's going to be a light, fluffy snow, but there's going to be winds involved. So the snow is probably going to be nice to shovel, but the drifts are going to be something to deal with. I guess that's where I'll leave it. They've kind of backed off on the amounts a little bit, which again, they tell you 3 to 12, how can they miss that? But they do consistently. So, but yeah, that's what I can see so far.
And at 4:55, it's gonna just completely stop snowing and everything will be magically shoveled, right?
Well, it could be shoveled, but at 4:55, the wind might be blowing 25 miles an hour.
No wind.
Okay,
We're gonna have this meeting.
all right.
I gotta get to it.
So yeah, be safe tomorrow.
Yeah.
Be safe tomorrow. It's not
Thank
gonna
you,
be a
you too.
pleasant couple days. It's gonna be cold and wind chill's gonna be cold, so.
Okay. County coroner.
Good evening, everyone. Well, unfortunately, January was a busy month for the coroner's office. We had 50 total deaths. We had 15 call-outs to the scene. Out of those 50, 37 were natural. We had 10 autopsies, 3 suicides, no homicides, and no fatalities due to motor vehicle accidents.
Wow. Busy month.
The morgue was very busy.
Any questions? Okay. Thanks. All right, anything as far as with the certificate claim? George?
I know community safety, is planning a meeting. It has not been scheduled yet. I have not heard from the other group. Have you guys met?
We have a,
So the focus group chairman is no longer on the county board, so Ms. Baker is trying to organize a meeting.
Okay, I remember getting that. email.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Was nothing underneath old business, nothing underneath new business. Comments from the committee members?
and
Okay. Public comment? Okay, adjournment,
I make a motion.
Uh-oh. How do you want to say something?
I will second.
This move by Ms. Hayes, second by Mr. Kenna. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Hey, like, Mr. Thompson said, let's be safe tomorrow.
You just have to move. You just put it in for-
Now, you-
I'm seeing